Welcome to MCC Made, the official podcast of Metropolitan Community College.
Giving you a backstage pass to all things MCC with your hosts, Emma Frazier and Catherine Riggs. Just know that we're back.
You know what I think we need to do today?
What?
Is I think that let's either like brag on something that we have recently done or like something that we're like grateful for or something good that has happened to us lately.
So, and I did not know Emma was going to say that, but my friend, I have a game I like to play where if there's bad news or something, or if you're feeling down, we play the glad game.
We need to play the glad game.
We are playing the glad game.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Tell me more.
You just say things that make you glad right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you go
That's
first.
all it takes. Oh my God. No. I was worried you were going to say that.
Let's see. Something I'm glad about. Well, I guess I will spill why we were gone.
I was like, I think you have something to be really glad about.
I don't know. It's minor details. So you will never, your listener, you'll never know, but we had a 6-week-ish hiatus of recording because my husband got a kidney transplant.
Yay!
So that is something that I am very excited about.
As you should be, and he's doing great.
Fabulous. That was a weird way to say that.
That sounded like my
cut that.
That sounded like my lit teacher from freshman year. She was like, "Ladies, isn't this fabulous?"
I was gonna say it's fantastic, and then it just got
fabulous. Ladies?
All of that to say, we feel really great about it.
Yay!
We got a kidney.
We got this.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a question that Brandon and I have been talking about. They told us when he got it that people name their kidney. Would you name a new organ?
Yeah. I know myself well enough to know I would probably name it something.
Yeah. Brandon's like, why would I name it? I go, I don't know. So you can just
be like a fun person, Brandon.
I don't know. You could be like, I don't know. My kidney Dwayne is really doing the work.
Dwayne.
I don't know.
That's not a kidney name.
No. So you have to workshop
a lung name, maybe.
Maybe. But he's like, whatever. But I'm like, you need to give your kidney props.
Yeah.
And we need to call your kidney by their name.
Their Christian name.
Call me by your name.
Oh boy. What am I glad about? I know this long pause makes it sound like I have nothing positive going on in my life, which I do. So but nothing. It's really hard to follow. My husband got a successful kidney.
Okay. Well, here, how about I'll follow up.
Okay.
Of something. I saw a very good movie. Which I already told you about. I know,
but you saw a movie.
I saw him.
Which you famously don't often do.
If they're old and I am young, then what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Just watch them.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
I will. But yeah, I saw a very good movie, and that was really fun. And I laughed out loud at that movie, which I feel like I've not done in a long time.
Okay, I have, because I went to see, when it was in theaters, I saw the new Naked Gun. And my friend and I and my husband went and saw it. And we were laughing weirdly hard.
Uh-huh.
And we were laughing so hard, I didn't realize until after. I asked my friend, I go, was anyone else in our theater laughing? And she goes, no. So I'm like, so we looked like psychopaths. We were laughing I thought it was really funny.
That's very funny.
And apparently all the other people were just like,
That's me and my mom in a theater. We love a good chuckle. We will laugh.
We love a chuckle.
We're easy to please. We will laugh during a movie. Brandon and I were the only people in the theater. We went and saw Splitsville. We were the only two in the theater. But it was very good.
That's fun, actually.
Yeah. It was good. We went to a matinee, so.
Oh, nothing is better than a matinee.
Yeah.
And just That's something to be glad about. If we're talking about things we're glad about, that's a big one. I love a matinee where you can come out and it's like not even lunchtime even.
Yeah.
Like I love like an early morning, the first showing of the day of a movie.
Now, okay, so if you go to a movie in the morning, are you getting normal movie snacks?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Raisinets.
It's like a
Raisinets.
okay. Well,
where else am I going to eat them?
Nowhere. In the trash.
Put you in the trash.
It is I feel like movie theaters and airports share the time doesn't matter.
Airports, you can be getting a bag of like Chex Mix, and then a water bottle that you've never seen so big, and then
and then an Annie Ann's pretzel.
Correct, and gum. And then you can go sit next to a guy at 6 a.m. who's like having a beer.
Yeah.
And it's just, and there is no judgment there.
Everyone's doing
either
their own,
of you.
Everyone just is
Everyone's
doing their own
on
thing.
quite literally their own journey at the airport.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to, you just have to let them just be. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So Raisinets. What else do you get? Like, what is your go-to?
At the movies?
Yes.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
My husband will get a giant tub of popcorn and eat about 2/3 of it before the movie starts.
Sure. Sam and I are the same.
Yeah, in that respect, yes, you are, I guess.
Famously, Sam and I are very similar.
I guess you cross paths on that thing.
Although like, Sam and I have beef, allegedly.
Yeah, there's some, but he also will do like, he'll have popcorn hand because he never remembers to get napkins. And he's eating popcorn, which is buttery and salty and greasy and delicious.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden he'll be stuck, and I'm so sorry if you're just listening to this, but he'll be stuck with just like he'll be sitting quietly and he'll have kind of the popcorn, and then he'll just have this like, it's kind of almost like a you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding type hand where it's just sort of like he's about to pose a question to you. And he's just sitting there in the dark watching the movie like this, and thank goodness I'm there. Glad game is that he has me who always grabs napkins because I know he's not.
Catherine is very good at grabbing napkins.
And
that seems like a weird thing to say, but like that
if we're gonna glad game, be glad that I'm around because I probably grabbed a stack of napkins and you probably didn't grab any.
At lunch, she's always doling out napkins.
I've got napkins. It sounds like I'm like an old lady, like getting them out of my purse. But no, I like to have enough. There is nothing worse than when you don't have enough napkins when you're eating anything. So
it's true.
I like to I don't want to get back up. I want enough napkins. So there you go.
You want to know something I want to be glad about?
What?
I want to go back to bring a coworker to the movies.
So Emma and I, on accident, started. Okay, my friend Kristen and I are almost always down to go to a movie. There was one, I don't remember what the first movie was.
I don't either.
But for a while, oh, I do. Okay, so we wanted to see Conclave.
Yes.
And I told Emma that my friend and I were going to see Conclave. And she goes, oh, I want to go. And I go, okay, come with us. And then my friend Kristen texted and goes, I'm bringing my coworker because she also wants to see Conclave. So we were like, okay. So we were like, oh, it's bring your coworker to the movies day. Ha ha. All fun and games.
We've done this numerous times.
We've done this like 3 or 4 times where like Kristen and I are like, oh, I think we're going to go see this. And then Emma's like, I want to see that. And I'm like, Emma's coming to the movie. And she goes, okay, I'm going to text my coworker.
Or what happens is we go to the Alamo and then they have these movie parties. And then it's old movies. So it started with Conclave. It started with a new movie. And then we have now regressed to, we're just going back and watching old
movies.
So then, you're like walking down the hall and you're like, oh my God, I had never seen Pride and Prejudice.
Which
So I went. It was delightful. I loved it. I'm gonna watch it once it gets a little cozier.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cozy. It's
Yeah,
a cozy
I'm gonna be
viewing. It's a good. Yeah. So, and she is revealing this to my friend Kristen, who has seen Pride and Prejudice more times than she will ever reveal to anyone ever. So that was really shocking, but we were just really honored we could be there for it. And then my other friend Rachel also brought her coworker. So actually we have grown.
Yes.
Bring your coworker
it
to
ebbs
the
and
movies
flows.
day.
It ebbs and flows, but listen, I have not seen a lot of movies. That is true. But I'm always down to go to a movie or watch a movie.
Yeah. You
just got to ask me. Or just sit me like a kid. Just sit me down in front of the
turn it on and say, you're watching this while mommy does something.
Correct. And I will do it. But yeah, we've seen so many movies that way. And then at the Alamo, then we get chicks tendies.
So we're revealing, this is a real peek behind the curtain of Emma's and my unprofessional relationship, our off hours relationship.
Unprofessional.
Well, we have
our friendship outside of the office.
I guess you could call it. I guess it's safe enough to call it a friendship.
Wait, are we friends?
I think we are friends.
Oh, okay.
I think it's safe to say that.
Oh,
now.
Okay.
I don't know if one of us got it and the other, we now have started, we also order the same exact thing every time we go to bring your coworkers to the movie day, which is chicken tenders, like the 7-year-olds we are, with ranch
and barbecue
sauce. And then we get an adult bevy because that is the nice thing about Alamo Drafthouse is you can get an adult bev. So our adult beverages differ. But that's about it. Otherwise, we're so in sync.
We are. Some would say we're friends.
And you know what? Some people call that friendship. And that is something I'm glad for today.
Me too.
To loop it all back around.
Me too. And you know what else I'm glad?
What?
It's we have another of our friends.
We have a guest today.
On the podcast.
Are you tired of listening to two women yap?
You can't be.
Look no further because we have a guest today.
So today on the podcast, we have our friend, Drew Henrichs, who is a construction technology instructor. He has been at the college for 5-ish years.
He'll tell us when he's here.
We'll ask him, and we'll get the real answer.
And when you look back, he's just going to appear.
And Drew, thanks for coming.
Of course.
Here we are.
Catherine and I know, but why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself, how you got to MCC?
So I went to SCC. I don't know if that's okay to say here.
I mean,
we'll allow it.
Sure.
And I started after high school. I actually got a drafting degree, architectural engineering, and then
I did not know that.
I was 19, and I was like, I am not ready to work full time.
Fair.
And
I get that.
the construction teacher kind of talked me into, hey, come do our program, and they took like a couple quarters off or whatever, and I was like, yeah. So I did that, and then I liked it, and I got a really cool job with like a kind of a high-end home builder in Lincoln. And that's kind of how I got into like residential, but also more of like the finish side of things. And that's kind of where I stayed for a couple years and went to a builder back home doing the same thing. Learned a lot more, did framing, concrete, dirt work, poured roads, siding, windows. I did it all, shingling. And I loved what I was doing, but it didn't quite feel fulfilling. And I think I can name drop him, Ron Petch. I feel like he kind of always told me he could see me doing some teaching. And
Shout out Ron.
Shout out to Ron. Also, that's a compliment, I feel like, when someone tells you they can see you teaching.
yeah, and Ron's like an idol in my head. He's so cool. And then the job popped up. It was kind of the COVID period a little bit. And what's funny is I applied for it, and then it was kind of crickets forever. And I was like, I get it, because at that point, I was 25 only.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sure.
so I had barely met like the qualifications, you know, and so I kind of had pushed it out of my head. And then one day I was doing a kitchen backsplash install, and I got this random call, and it was HR, like, hey, do you want to do an interview
Remember
for
us?
this? And,
Hello.
and I went through the whole process, and I never wanted to turn it down, but I was like, oh, this is scary. Like,
Sure.
this is
Right.
a big job, and I accepted it, and kind of here I am 5 years later, and it's an amazing job. It's a job where I get paid basically to become the best I can be in construction, so that's pretty cool.
So you started teaching here then in 2021-ish or 2020?
Yeah, I think it was like the last week of February 2021.
Were we still all remote then?
It was like that. I think like the more academia part was remote, but I think trades, it was like half capacity could be on campus.
Okay. I'm trying to think because I was like, they obviously had to pivot to teach.
But like I did do some, so I started like, because we have a couple classes that are lecture only, and I did start on Zoom. And it is kind of funny because a lot of teachers like, they had taught and never done Zoom. That's kind of how I started actually.
Right.
And so I kind of got easier once we got away from that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine teaching construction over Zoom is easy.
No, and it's hard because like you're talking to 16 blank little screens, and you're kind of talking to an empty classroom, and
Yeah.
like any questions, and it's just silence. And so,
Like, are you there actually?
Are you there,
Yeah.
God? It's me, Margaret.
It's me, Drew, just trying to teach you something about construction.
yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how it seems like a different
Like,
lifetime
yeah,
ago.
truly.
Yes.
I've lived so many lives since then. It feels like.
Yeah.
Well, and just even like navigating from that, like, we're all about PPE and construction, and when we had the mask mandate, then we had safety glasses, and we had students who were like, hey, I can't see because the mask fogs my glasses up, and we're like,
Well,
you
well,
know, challenges, right?
Yeah.
But
We're getting there.
yeah. So, what all classes do you teach?
so I've taught them all basically.
Brag.
Excuse us.
But do you want every class I've taught, or kind of what I teach now?
What you teach now?
Yeah.
I would say I'm kind of more like the finishes guy, like exterior finishes, so like siding, doors, window installs, interior finish, like drywall, trim, hanging cabinets, and then teach a couple cabinet making classes, and then I teach a bunch of our intro carpentry classes, which is like the first class you have to take to get into our program. Plus, it's like a fun elective for other programs to kind of hop in and take. So.
How do you think that Catherine and I would do in your intro?
I was just thinking, I feel like terrible.
No, I don't think so, honestly. I think a lot of people take it and they are shocked at how good they are. I had a student, probably been a couple years, but she was like computer, I don't know what the actual name is, but her bench was
Like a desk
amazing.
job.
But like she was like, young, like fresh out of high school, computer metro student major type.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you can literally take it as an elective.
Yeah, I mean,
not even in the construction program.
We'll get people from all across the
Oh.
college. Yeah, no, it's really cool.
That's funny. And so she was just like, yeah, I think I want to take carpentry. Why not? Honestly,
I mean,
good
yeah.
good basics to have in your back pocket.
Oh yeah, the amount of stuff that I need to fix at my house that I'm like,
If I was a little bit handy.
yeah.
I think you can register now.
Oh.
I think
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Drew.
winter quarter open, so.
And insert the
can't.
commercial now.
I can't. One of the big things that you do, though, is you work with the capstone house.
I do.
Can you explain what this capstone project is?
So I would say most of our lab classes are kind of geared around building a house. And again, this all kind of happened before I was here, so if I get some details mixed up, forgive me.
They'll come
but
for you,
Yeah.
but okay. Yeah.
The CEC was built up here to help provide affordable housing back to the surrounding area. And so I don't know if it's like a mission statement or whatever of our building is to help, provide that affordable housing. So we have a really cool inside lab, got a big garage door and a big like loading ramp. We build a house inside, full-size house, typically 2 to 3 bedrooms. It's got 2 bathrooms, good modern layout, and it just comes apart in pieces. And so we build it, take it apart, ship it out, goes to the job site, and then a crane will pick it up and set it on the foundation. And that's kind of how our students learn, and it's like the best way to learn, I feel like, because if you do mock-up work, that gets thrown away.
Right.
You know, who cares if I give an effort, right? But like when you tell them like, hey, this is an actual house that someone's going to live in, not only does it push them to try harder, but like they take like a buy into it and a passion, like, oh, I want my name to be on this and be proud of it. You know? So
yeah.
it is cool. And we do get a lot of people from up here, but even I think people in the Omaha area want to see Omaha thrive. And so just by that alone, they're like, heck yeah, I want to help contribute to this, you know? And I think that's what gets people in our program is the fact that we build a house, because not every college can do that, you know?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, and since you took similar classes at a different college, I would say, did they have a lab like ours where different departments like that really collaborate to the level maybe that we do?
Yeah, we built our house outside.
Oh.
Which I think is cool, because like that's what you do in the field, you
Yeah.
know? But I think about, mine was more of like a cohort program. So you jumped in quarter 1, and then you were there for 6 quarters, you know? And then, like, let's say you had to miss a class or something, you had to wait until that rotation of classes came back through.
Oh, God.
So, but it's kind of more of like your traditional students, like it's like your 18-year-old type thing. Well, Omaha's very different. We're like a true commuter college. And so
Right.
we've got, you know, people who are working full time and whatnot. And so the cool thing about our program is you can jump in whenever.
Yeah.
You know? And on top of that, we offer night classes. Well, SCC, if we're building a house outside,
In the
you know,
dark.
we can't really, you know.
Or if the weather's
build a
that
house.
bad. Yeah.
You know, so it allows us to simulate kind of a 75-degree day kind of all year round, you know. And
Dreamy.
it's cool, yeah. It's impressive.
So we've had an architectural alumni come on the podcast, and he was talking about how when he was a student, they would help draw up the designs of those houses that then get built, which I think, of course, we do that, but I didn't really realize.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I'm
like, no,
duh.
it's true.
like, he said, I go, well, duh. But I also had no idea. But I think that is probably good for a lot of students, both in architectural design and in the construction program, to just see how the other side is working and be able to give feedback back and forth to like really help make you better at what you're doing.
Yeah, and this will be my 3rd one I've done, you know, so I feel like the last one was like the full one that kind of fully sank into me. And I worked closely with Stephanie Ling, who leads that program.
Yes.
And she had some really passionate students who did do the house plan for the one that we did last. And it was a cool one because I'm sure we'll get to it, but like our nonprofit partner works with the city of Omaha. There's a lot of funky lots up here that you can't just put any old house on.
Sure.
Right.
It's because of how the property lines are and stuff like that. And so they had the challenge of like, how do we get a full-size family home that doesn't feel like it's just like a
Crammed.
like crammed long hallway or something.
Right.
Here. And
Like
so-
a galley home the entire way.
A aren't they called like railroad or rail car houses?
I don't know.
I think those are popular like in New York, where it's just like it is like one, like you have to go through every room to get to
Get to the back.
the back.
That's like a dollhouse, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like a row house?
But it feels like it would be a doll. Like I feel
Yeah.
like in dollhouses they have to walk through.
But it is
every
just like
room.
one long hallway. So it's like you walk in and there's your living room, and then there's another room that's maybe your bedroom, maybe whatever, and then you walk through, and then there's a bathroom, and then you walk through, and then there's your kitchen. Like you literally have to walk through all of the. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Thanks, I hate it.
That is unimportant.
Right.
That's unimportant, but a challenge.
Right. And I was working, I mean, we just pushed it out maybe a month ago, and I was working on it by myself, wrapping some things up, and one of the former students who had designed it came through, and it's just cool to see the look in her eyes. Like,
Yeah.
she had this, you know, this vision, and she designed it, and the fact that it was built, you could just tell, like, she was just, like, on cloud 9, and, like, from the instructor side, that's, like, the best thing to see. Like, you love to see that because again, that's kind of why we're here doing this, and I don't even know any drafting programs college-wise to where they design a house that actually gets built. I think Metro is very unique that we do that too.
That's what I was going to say is like, can you imagine graduating from here and you've already designed a house that has been built?
It is going to be built again too,
Yeah.
so.
What a flex
Yeah.
that is. Like, what an edge that gives you.
A lot of people will like cringe and laugh at me, but like, if we're driving back home or something, I'll be like, yeah, I worked on that house, that house, that
Yeah.
house, that house. But,
Yeah.
like, it is cool. Like,
I would also brag.
Oh,
not-
I would too.
like designing a house, like that's a house that hopefully will be here forever.
Yeah.
And you think about all the memories that'll be made for it, and it's just cool.
It is also just like, again, one of those like, duh, how else do you do it? But yeah, so you have these architectural design students, they give you a plan, and then these students are just like, oh, now I have to figure out then how to
Do this.
build this
Yeah.
this plan.
I have to make it
And I
3D.
just picked up a saw, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
That would also be me. But
Yeah, and like we have a class that teaches you how to read blueprints. So like carpentry and blueprint reading you have to take before you can move on to like
the lab
the upper level
Before you can build
classes.
the house.
Yeah. And,
I mean,
makes sense.
and so then we're like, yeah, we're forcing them to kind of, we're the teacher, right? But we're like, okay, you tell us how to do this, because like we need you to, read the plan, and you tell us where to snap that line to build that wall, kind of where that window needs to go. And so it is cool to kind of have the student be kind of the superintendent,
sure. So,
Excuse.
so you're not just building these houses over a quarter.
No.
No.
So how many quarters are going into this? How many different classes? What does that kind of look like?
I always tell like people we could probably do it in 3 quarters, technically after the end of spring quarter. Like we'll start in fall quarter, winter quarter, spring quarter. It could be pushed out. And I think in the past we had done one kind of in a 9-month turnaround, but that summer quarter is kind of when we, slow down, do all the punch list stuff, get everything, perfect for it to move over to the nonprofit partner. So I would say, a full academic year, 12-month. And then class-wise, I mean, I'll just like walk through the process. So fall quarter, we have 3 sections of wall framing. So they frame like the floor system, wall, ceiling, joist. And then winter quarter, we have 3 sections of roof framing. So they're, cutting rafters. We also have plumbing classes doing like the rough and plumbing. We have electrical doing like the rough and electrical, like wiring. We have exterior finishes doing siding, doors, windows, kind of all that stuff. And then spring quarter, it's interior finishes. So we're doing drywall trim, hanging cabinets. Backtrack, because it's a newer class. We also started making cabinets for the house now. So we have a like advanced cabinet making class in winter quarter. And then those cabinets get installed,
So
in the spring
fun.
as well. And then summer we have what's called capstone completion. And it's like, if you guys know what a punch list is, basically it's like, yeah, I'm done, but then you walk through the house and you're like, oh, I missed that, or like it just happens.
When you go
right?
through with the tape and you're like,
Yeah, like the blue tape
hello?
test, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. And it does take all summer quarter because there's a lot of things. And like, sometimes we run out of time to do stuff or we come back and add stuff. But basically, I treat it as the students are like the builder. So like if we're like a home builder, okay, you're the builder now and you're trying to get this to pass that final inspection to get that certificate of occupancy. And so we're going through and just getting everything up to like tip-top shape. And like stuff gets damaged, like the blue tape test. Like it just, drywall gets dinged up when we're putting cabinets in. It happens.
Right.
So after cabinets are in, it shouldn't get dinged up anymore. So we're fixing stuff like that, So
I've never renovated my own house, although I need to. But
I would love to.
I would love to. Do you know anybody, Drew?
I know I have a list of things I need
yeah.
Drew to come look at in
Yeah.
my house.
I can get back to you on that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my parents have renovated their house multiple times, and I just know that it never goes to plan, and it always takes longer than you think. So how do you keep this on schedule to
Yeah.
get a whole house built?
Yeah.
in a year with students who have never built a house?
Because is there wiggle room, or is it like, no, you don't understand? Like, there is no if this is done. This has to be done.
I don't like to be the hard guy, but I do, when I talk to all of our faculty in our building, I'm like, hey, no pressure, but if you don't get done with your specialty, we're kind of screwed.
Yeah, like that sets off a whole reaction.
If we miss this inspection and then we're 6 weeks behind, well, we have no content for spring quarter classes. So I say that like it'll never happen because as all the faculty in our building are great and we all have a buy-in to it and we all are here for the students. And so I think like speaking for construction, we've all come in outside of class and tweak stuff here and there, and like all summer quarter. Sometimes there's just things that I'm like, yeah, the students shouldn't have to do this. So I'm in there doing some stuff to keep them going. So I feel like the house that we build is never overcomplicated to where any major hiccups should happen. And we always have plenty of, buffer time ourselves to kind of come in there and get it. But it definitely does. Like, I'm a high stress person. So naturally, that's all like
you,
I
Drew.
think of.
No, you've been very chill.
Yeah, I'm
very,
so chill.
Yeah, very relaxed.
He's just-
very
As I'm
demure.
twitching.
He's just a chill dude.
Yeah.
Just chill. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're building a house that people are going to be living in,
Yeah.
and there's pressure.
And
to
I would
that.
say, like, I was pretty soft on our students at first, but it's not like that in the industry.
No.
And it's not a bad thing to have pressure on you.
No.
But I do tell our students, I'm like, I get you're here and you're learning, and there's mistakes that happen from, learning stuff, right? And that's fine. But we definitely have to treat this kind of like we're on a real job site.
Yeah.
It's like we have to work safely. We have to do quality work, Don't try to cover things up and stuff like that. Don't, waste time. We kind of treat it like a job site in the sense that, if you're goofing off on the job, you're probably not going to have a job the next day, and so we kind of treat it like that a little bit.
I mean, it is a job site. I mean, again, you were building,
We're
a
building
house.
Yeah, a real house. It's not like it's for class and then you take it apart and someone does it again the next quarter.
Right.
Like,
And again, like mistakes happen, and it's kind of funny because like we never make students feel bad for making a mistake, but like before the mistakes maybe happen, let's say they cut a 28-foot long LVL 2 inches short.
what's an LVL?
It's like a header. Like
It's a header.
And it sounds expensive.
Yeah,
It
that's
does.
what I
It sounds
did.
like a mistake we shouldn't
And,
be making. but
sometimes they're like, oh, whoopsie, and it's like, whoopsie.
tell me they really say whoopsie in your bill. I would bet no one in building 25, the construction education center, is saying whoopsie.
Only if Catherine and I come
Only
in.
if we come in and accidentally drop
There you go.
something or like trip on something. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
It'd be like an I Love Lucy if
Oh
we
my
came
God.
in there.
We would be kicked out within 5 minutes.
They'd be like, please, please
leave.
Please,
Yeah.
we can't replace everything you're touching. We can't have these whoopsies in here.
So on that, like, what do students typically find the hardest part of the process?
Let me think of the word for it. It's not even like doing the act. It's just like the fear of hopping in.
Like
Sure,
starting.
yeah.
Yeah. That's real.
And like there's definitely a stigma in the industry that like you just get barked at all day long. And I always tell students, I'm like, this is the place to where like you can ask any question you want. Like to an extent you can work as slow as you want. Like you're paying.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, you're
like-
paying us actually to learn this.
Yeah.
So use it
yeah,
wisely.
Ask all the questions. Ask the most. I mean, that's what I did when I was in college. I mean, and
That's why you're there.
that's why you're there. So there's a word I'm trying to think of, but I'm bad with words, so I can't think of it. And sometimes like you have to like, as an instructor, kind of be a cheerleader and all. Like I know the capabilities of all my students, and I'll
Right.
see someone who I can tell is like scared to pick up a circular saw. I'm like, hey, come over here and like.
Like timid.
We'll do it together,
Reasonable.
And then
Yeah.
like you see him do it, and you're like, heck yeah, man, see, it's
Yeah.
easy, And so again, that's kind of cool to see that growth because a lot of it is just like they're scared to just jump in, and so they kind
Yeah.
of just and I get it. It's kind of intimidating maybe is the word, because
Yeah.
they're with a lot of students who maybe are coming back to school to maybe elevate their career.
Right.
Or maybe they've been working in the career for a little bit. And we get people who are making total career moves. Like I had a student a couple quarters ago, I think, who came from like a IT background and had been in that background for a long time and was like, hey, I think I want to do construction, and
Wow.
like I think people kind of get in their heads a little bit about it, and like we're all kind of family, I feel like, in construction. Like no one,
When you're here, your family.
when you're here, your family, I don't know. So
I know that's trademark, so hopefully we can keep that in there.
what restaurant?
Applebee's. isn't it?
No! You fool, Olive Garden.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
but not even anymore. Then they got rid of that, which was a mistake. But
Right.
that's for another.
We can talk about that. Another
Rewind
time.
to the intro if we're talking about that.
Yeah, I would also be one of those students that is probably just scared to start. I mean, I get that.
Because you don't want to look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody wants to look stupid.
Yeah, I do.
And so,
Well,
that's, again, rewind to the intro if we're talking about that. You don't want to look stupid. You might see everybody else in action and be like, God, they're really good. So I don't want to be the one who's like very clearly behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see them feeling that way. Because I can see, I feel that way doing things sometimes.
yeah.
That's why people get nervous about the unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And it's like, it also probably adds this levity, like, oh, this is real. Like, we're really building a house that someone's really going to live in, and my grades depend on this. So if I had to tap into the psyche of your students, that would be it.
Well, and I always tell them too, like, I mean, there's no shame in me saying, but when I hopped into the construction program and when I was in college, yeah, I had worked construction, but it was like, hey, go grab that broom and start,
Yeah.
sweeping up a job site.
Intern work.
Yeah.
So I never really had swung a hammer. And so I tell students, I'm like, not that I'm trying to put myself on this pedestal, but like, look what I've accomplished. And I don't have like a dad who was a carpenter. Like I didn't have
Right.
some
I was
connections that people have.
Going
like,
to ask if that was like a family thing or if you just were always interested in it.
I was the kid who was like watching This Old House on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Like I always had a love for like craftsmanship and all that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I think a lot of it too is construction's go, 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 like deadlines, deadlines, deadlines. And so I think I'll even tell students, I'm like, hey, you're working this quick for no reason. Like, this isn't the job site. You're not getting paid by the hour. And I think sometimes, like, a fresher student will see someone working so fast like that, and then it's like, well, I can't. I'm going to annoy them because I'm way slower.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But then also, just because you're working fast doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
Or
And that's
you're
why,
doing
like,
it
I'm
right.
like, hey, stop standing there because you know more than this person, So
Yeah.
it's kind of like there's a word for it too. Is like false confidence. Like some people
yeah.
are really good about like
Projecting.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
So I'm like, and I think there's actually a lot of truth to that. Honestly, like it's like, you can do it. So get in that mindset and you'll succeed if you want it hard enough.
Yeah.
Let's move into talking like a motivational podcast.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Welcome.
we just lift each other up here.
This
Oh
is
my
this is a hard launch of our new podcast.
Yeah. Motivations. MCC's motivations.
Motivate MCC.
We'll workop that.
Yeah.
MMCC.
Oh.
No?
MCC. That's the food podcast. Culinary, if you're listening and trying to like poach some ideas, poach.
Yeah.
Got trademark it, TM.
Oh my god.
Or copy,
You
use
can,
copyright.
you can
Whatever.
maybe for
We'll do all of it.
for a small fee have MCC. and your phrase can be when you're here, your family.
God.
Copyright.
I am here
Trademark.
all day.
The other thing I was curious about is, I mean, Catherine and I are just a couple gals.
We're just gals
Just
out
girls.
here.
Just a couple gals. How many women are in this program? Are you seeing an increase in women?
Yeah, definitely.
Love that.
I would say every class and it sounds still super low, but I would say every class, at least 2.
Okay.
I've definitely had classes. I had one class where I'm pretty sure there was more females than males in it.
Love that. My
And-
first year here, when I went to Skills USA, there was an all women's welding team, and they were the coolest people. And I still think about them. If you're listening out there, you were very cool, and I hope you're successful. I just wanted to give them a shout out. I actually really do not remember their names. So sorry to you, but I could look them up.
And I'm straight up with like our classes. I'm like, the females have got it together better when it comes to construction because they can keep the details more in line. And like construction is details, and they just don't let stuff slip through the cracks. So
A woman's
true.
work is never done.
No.
I mean,
I've always said that.
Yeah, I think that, you're right. So much of construction is details, but I think a barrier maybe is just like, oh, I'm not like strong enough, tough enough to
Handle this.
Cut this 28
This
foot.
LV,
Yeah.
what is it, an LVL?
LVL.
And then,
LVL.
Good job.
and then carry it somewhere.
This is an educational podcast, too, so I'm learning.
I mean, I think back again. I went to SCC Milford, and I want to say we had about 1,000 students on campus, and I swear we had 19 females. And like in my program alone, we had, I think, 3 cohorts of about, let's say, 20 students. I think we had 2 females. So the number is going way up, and we have internship programs in our program, and so I'm doing job site visits, and I mean, there's a lot of females everywhere in construction now, and they're very high up.
As they
and,
should.
And I think too, like when I was in college 10 years ago, and I can't speak because I'm a male, but like there was a lot of visible stigmas.
Speaks.
Yeah. Typical.
But I do feel like anymore, like males are super excited to have a female presence on a job site because it's nice to get different.
We're
Perspective.
delightful.
personalities.
We are delightful.
Like everyone's there just to build the job, right?
Yeah.
And, have a good time while doing it. So
I love it.
And we offer a different perspective. So,
Yes.
I get it.
and heck, I mean, I should shout her out, but like my student that I took this national skills twice this last summer. she
Shout her
got-
out.
Natalie Salt got 3rd place.
Hey.
Natalie, shout
So
out.
she won 1st place, state of Nebraska twice, and then she
Okay.
placed
Love.
third at nationals.
Queen.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna come back to. I have questions about skills. We're gonna come back to.
We
that.
are going to circle back to skills.
We're gonna circle back. The other cool thing, which I've now seen a few times, I missed it this year, but actually, then this house is built, and then moving it out of our
Construction Education Center.
yes.
Don't talk to me on that day.
I have talked to you on that
I'm
day,
like,
and it's hard.
It is. I'm not involved, and I am like, this is
Every year. So for those who have never seen the building we're talking about, it
we
has
might be
a-
able to insert footage.
right now. There is a giant glass garage that lifts up, and the house clears it by.
About, I don't know, the one module touched each side. We actually had to pull off the corner trim of the building to get. I mean, we could have took some siding off and made it work, but I mean,
That's less.
But again, we're trying to maximize.
You wanted a little drama that day.
Yeah. We planned it that way,
You want to keep people watching,
Yeah.
That they move it out down the ramp, and then it drives off our campus on a truck, and it is wild to see. I've seen it, I think, every year almost that it's gone out, and it's crazy every year to watch it drive away.
And every year I'm like, are they going to make it?
Yeah.
And they do.
They do.
They do every
They
year.
do.
They do.
But there's always that little is this the year it takes out that wall?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and it's crazy. What's crazy is how simple it is to get it out of the building. I mean, we just have these casters that are lab techs made, and we just.
Those casters are crazy too. I'm like, this is what we're putting a house on. I literally, what?
Push it out.
Just
It's
kiss
crazy.
it goodbye.
And what's really cool is we've been using Patriot Crane. I mean,
Shout out.
Shout
to
out.
Patriot Crane.
Sponsored.
SpawnCon.
They have a big forklift, and they just pick it up like it's a pallet of paper towels or something. But it's a whole house.
It's wild to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then it's always just like, because again, nothing is ever easy. And it's always like, now which road are we going to take out of here? And
because our campus is windy.
Yeah.
So.
And then it's like,
Right.
and then we have to clear this tree and
The stoplight, this power line, and
This traffic.
I mean, they actually have to pick up and drop the house a couple times just
Yes.
because the trailers can't make the sharp turns, and it is a process. Like, we have to plan this in advance. We have to pull not even building permits, but like moving permits. So the city of Omaha knows the route it's going on, and then we have to contact like OPPD if they have to drop down any like utilities or whatever. And so there's so much more to it, I think, than people even.
Yeah, a lot
realize,
of behind the scenes
Yeah.
inner workings. This is just a peek behind the curtain.
yes. So once everyone's nervous, it's getting out of the building. Then it does get placed on a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it's pieced back together. Do we piece that back together? Who puts that together?
Tell
So
us.
currently, we're working with Holy Name Housing, and once it leaves our building, they take over their ownership, and they're the ones who finish it. And,
They're the nonprofit we work with.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And remind me now, because we also have in Fremont at the high school, they also built a house. And now I'm like, I might be conflating the two. So correct me. Do the houses that we build here on Fort, do they have a basement typically or no?
Holy Name always does basements because, what they're telling me, if they can cram as many bedrooms into a house, it seems like most families looking for houses are needing bedrooms.
Yeah.
And so, of course, a basement doubles the square footage of a house. And if we're on these tight lots anyways, you need one. But in the past, with different partners, they've done just crawl spaces, because then it does save money. So it kind of has a different price point. And there's still, smaller families or, families with, out kids or whatever. So it just kind of depends on, I don't know, who you're trying to market yourself towards. And it seems like Holy Name is kind of more marketed towards, like, the younger family, maybe.
Right.
We're also in Nebraska where we get tornadoes.
Right.
So do you
and
want
even
that
beyond
basement?
that, like, our frost line in Omaha is like 39 inches. And so you have to have your
Drew,
I knew that.
Literally.
I knew that.
What is a frost line?
So the ground freezes in the winter, and you have to have your foundation below that freeze line. Otherwise, your house is gonna move up and down when it thaws out, like when it gets above 32, And so it's like if you're 4 feet down, just go another 4 feet, and you have a full basement. Because you have to go 4 feet anyway.
Duh, Emma.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the idiot here.
Duh.
Everyone but you knew
Yeah.
that.
The frost line. Oh, let me write that down.
LDL.
Okay. But yeah, so we work with Holy Name Housing, and this is then
Shout out to them.
shout out to them. So it gets put on the lot, and then they sell this house. But they try to keep the prices low, so it's affordable housing.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So like, I think the last one was under 300 for a, nice custom feeling I think I had 4-bedroom house.
Dang.
Wow.
I think, again, you can't quote me on all this stuff, but
Oh, I'm quoting you.
like Holy Names, of course they're working with like grants and stuff. There's certain grants out there that they use with us to help give more of like a custom house. And so it has a lot of custom touches to it, but it still has that affordable price point. I think affordable housing can have like a bad stigma to it,
Sure.
to where it's just like, let's build it as cheap as we can.
Yeah.
That's not Holy Name's like mission. It's to build a quality house, but still have that affordable price. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We can take this out if we need to, but were you involved with the tiny houses too?
Oh my God, I was
Drew?
going to ask
I
about
was,
that. Okay.
yeah.
That is also a very cool project. So did we make 4 of them or 2 of them?
I almost want to say 5.
5.
I was going to say, I feel
Okay.
like it was
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
cranking them out over there.
Yeah, so are just like the caps. Did that replace a capstone one year?
No, we actually had, I think
Tandem.
that was the year that we did a 9-month capstone house. So
Plus tiny homes.
building 24, the Kate building.
Yes.
They have a big lab in there.
Yeah.
And so we had a house in there at one time. So we built
Yes,
the whole
I remember
house.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had the house in there, and we had the tiny houses in our CEC lab.
Yeah. So we built we
We left our mark on those houses.
the collective we
Yeah.
the royal we built. You guys built a handful of tiny homes that then went to the Sienna Francis house, which is also just incredible. I've driven by them and they're just like so nice.
So perfect.
Well, and it's a cool, like, whole program because I'm pretty sure it was kind of like part of let's try to get them, like, help them get into society. And so,
Like
they-
transitional housing.
And so they would, like, give them, like, a job inside Santa Francis, and then they would help them, like, do a budget, and they would, it was, like, a very low, rent or something, or,
Right.
like, a mortgage payment, but they would, teach them like that. And then, these houses were tiny, I guess, but, like, you still had
They weren't that
bedroom,
small. I mean,
bathroom. Yeah, they were
was
cool.
nice.
And, like, they were nice windows, like, they were kind of cool
And
modern
was there a
vibe,
little
and-
porch on them
yeah,
too?
a little porch, and
Dreamy.
Yeah.
Because if you're picturing like the trendy tiny home, like
No, like
it
on a
was-
trailer.
Yeah,
No.
or in like a shipping container.
No, they're so cute.
And those were a challenge to build because those were slab on grade,
Right.
Sure.
which means there's
Notoriously, I always say
Yeah.
that
which means
it's-
there's no floor system. So, like, we had to. The floor system is what kind of locks the house together. So
Right.
it's easy to move a house with a floor system, but these tiny houses had no floor system,
Oh.
and so we had to add, like, LVLs actually.
Nobody else.
You know what those are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't cut them too short.
Nope.
It's like it was. They were tiny houses, but they were intricate to build, and we had to pull in the architect actually a lot, which is fun for the students because that's what happens on like a full job site.
Yeah.
And so a lot of problem solving, troubleshooting. So those challenging, but like in a good way. And so like they were really fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just like can't imagine how rewarding it is. I mean, you talked about it like, yeah, you like drive by and you're like, oh, I helped with that house, I helped with that. But it's just like to be able to give back to your community in that way is also just fulfilling, I would think.
I would agree.
I haven't built a house, but I would assume.
Yeah.
By association.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we built the house.
Yeah, Emma and I take a lot of credit for those homes. Yeah. We were like, yeah, we were out there. Did you know it was like a slab, like, on concrete? It's
Yeah.
notorious, like, it's so hard. You
The
don't even get it.
joists.
We had to put an LVL in, and like everybody's like, oh my God, that's amazing. You did all that work. And we were like, yeah, we know.
And you're like, yeah, it's blue.
Yeah.
We can see it's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, pick
And then
that.
Some gables.
That's a door.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And shingles.
We just want to be women in STEM.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, back to women in STEM. I want to go back to Skills USA.
Yes.
So we've talked about Skills USA on this podcast before, but in case this is your first episode, welcome.
But also go back and listen to all of them.
Right.
Not right now. Finish this one.
Right. Hold for another 10 minutes. Can you describe what kind of competitions or what kind of things your students are doing at Skills USA?
Basically,
All of them.
everything it takes to build a house, but broke apart into individual like competitions. Like there's like a carpentry competition, cabinet making, like plumbing, electrical.
Masonry.
There is a bunch of HVAC stuff. There's masonry.
Right.
There's a teamworks one, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
And that's like where you build like a whole project.
Uh-huh.
It's usually at least a couple days. And you have a team of like, someone who knows plumbing, someone who knows carpentry. Like
Oh, it's like the Avengers.
it kind of yeah. Or like
Avengers.
Fantastic Four.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen neither.
I don't know. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
But then, skills is so much more than just construction.
Oh, yeah.
It's welding, mechanics, healthcare, culinary,
Arts.
fashion,
Yeah.
Photography.
design,
Yeah.
photography. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff. Of course, you do the construction, so that's why
We're looking at you.
looking at you. I the first Skills USA I went to, I I was at a booth and I was like by the construction people doing their
Construction.
Their little construction
yeah,
things.
they're swinging their hammers
doing
and
their little jobs.
yeah, it was very fun. I was so stressed. I saw somebody with a circular saw cut something in a way that I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
There's.
I was like, I know this is a timed competition, but
Please be careful.
Yeah.
Please be careful.
but also I don't want to yell that at you because I don't want to startle you with a circular saw.
I've stepped in a couple times. And I'm like, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I think it was so funny last year, and this actually wasn't like someone being careless. Sometimes stuff hits a saw blade and goes flying, but someone's cutting
I love this lead up
Yeah.
to the story.
someone's cutting a piece on the table saw, and the scrap, it was tiny. It must have hit the blade a little bit. I mean, that blade, I don't know, 40,000 RPM. I don't know, something stupid like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It flies across, like we're at Fauner Parks, like
Yeah.
we're like in these big cattle barns.
Uh-huh.
Just flies across the room, and you can see in that person's eyes are like, don't even acknowledge that that's happening. which would have been my reaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Oh my
That'd be
god.
so
That
funny if
wasn't me.
across the room you just heard like a ow.
I also want to say all of the people that are competing they have had instruction. They know what they're doing. I mean, it's not reckless. It's just
No,
like
Right.
it's very controlled.
yes,
Yes.
it is very controlled. But yeah, again, I assume just like at a job site, sometimes you're just
Take it easy there, partner.
Yeah, it's like now again, we're not in a rush here. Everyone,
Right.
relax.
like it is timed, but also like
Your finger's not worth it.
yeah. But we would like you to win and not
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
hospital.
Right.
So
I went to Skills USA and all I did was lose a finger
and got this T-shirt.
and got this t-shirt.
So, do you see? This is probably a stupid question, but do you see the work that they're doing on these homes or at Skills translate to each other? Like,
Does it give them an edge?
yeah.
Like which way does it give them an edge? Like what do you mean?
Does
Either.
building either way. I would say like does doing a capstone project house give them an edge at Skills?
I think so. And I do cabinet making, so I haven't done the carpentry competition, so I can't speak for that. But I do think college-wise, a lot of colleges don't have a focus on cabinet making like Metro has allowed us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it's not like we have an advantage, I guess, but like we have students who can take kind of 3 full classes that somewhat touch on cabinet making and then go compete in it. So it's cool because like as the instructor and also skills advisor, I'll teach the class and I'll be like, hey, you're really good at this. And I'm competitive. I'm like, let's go compete in Grand Island, you know?
Uh-huh.
So
You're scouting.
and I think it's cool. And I think Randy Schmazel talks about it, like skills is kind of our sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people, like, they were never, like, the sports star. And then they come and they're like, oh, I can be I am good at you
I
know,
can be
at
a star.
competition.
Yeah.
I can be a
Listen,
star. And
I can bust out these cabinets, no
Yeah.
problem.
yeah, and so it's
Sit back and watch me work.
it's cool to think it's something that you wouldn't think could be a competition that is a competition.
Yeah, Brandon, my husband, gives me a bad time because I coach speech, and he's like, I don't know how you can compete in that. But it's very similar to skills. It's like I am doing a job and I'm doing something, and then somebody's going to judge my work on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, if these dovetail joints don't go together
Wow.
well,
She's name dropping every
I saw-
every minimal construction-y thing she can think of right
she
now.
asked ChatGPT
I just want to be
give me-
involved. Okay,
Oh my
I just
God.
want to
I
be
saw her
involved.
Googling simple construction terms before this.
That's not true.
It's not, or is it? Nobody knows.
Stay tuned.
Flash Emma's search history on the screen.
Maybe don't.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nobody needs to know. Oh my gosh. Well, Drew, It's been so fun chatting with you about
delight.
this. What are you? So you're just now starting. We're recording this in September, so you're just now starting the fall quarter, and you're starting a new home. Is there anything new that you're doing with this house? Is there anything you're looking forward to?
Actually, we just met with Holy Name yesterday, some construction faculty, then Stephanie from architecture, because we're building the same house. And so it is kind of cool, like, you get better each time. And so, they had a list and they were like, yeah, this house is great, but like, if we can tweak these things.
Yeah.
And so I think it's cool because it makes us think a little bit differently, like how can you do it better? Because you can always do it better, right? And so I am really excited to do it. And again, I'm competitive, like, with myself. And so it's like I always want to, like, one up the previous one we did and, make it a little bit different too. Because I think a lot of people think of, if we're building the same house, that's kind of boring, right? Who wants to see the same house repeated?
Yeah.
Right.
Like in a neighborhood. And so, like, how can we change up the siding to make it look different? How can we change up, like, the windows to make it look different? So when you drive down the street, you're like, oh, it doesn't look like the same house. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it should all go smooth, and I'm excited, but we have some cool changes coming to it, and
Watch this space.
we're growing each time. I feel like I feel like I've been here almost 5 years now, and so is Ryan, and then Trevor's been here. He's like old
Yes.
school.
Shout out to Ryan and Trevor.
Shout out to Ryan and Trevor. Also, that made Trevor sound like he's like 100 years old.
But even like
that old vet over there.
Trevor, who's also young.
Yes.
he's so young.
Yeah.
We're just in a groove now, I feel like, and we all kind of have the job figured out, and so now we can kind of focus on, like, the content we teach more than just, like, how do we teach it. And so, like, we're doing better, and the house is looking better because of, like, our growth and kind of working together and everything. And we
Brag.
have great adjuncts who work on the house as well, and, like, I'm amazed at our adjuncts because they're not really full-time employee, right?
Right.
But they're in here outside of their expected hours doing stuff for us too, which, like, who would ever expect that?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we're just so lucky. Yeah, I am bragging because it's great.
You should.
You should brag.
And
You
we have
absolutely should.
Honestly, we have amazing students. Like, and I think that's the cool part about, like, technical college. I'm biased because that's what I went, but, like, they want to be there. Like,
Yeah.
We're not like sorry to the class I'm about to say, we're not like a chemistry class or something that you're being forced to take, like, we're typically classes that have a wait list and students want to get into. So, of course, they're going to try really hard. And
Right.
Yeah.
it makes our job as teachers really easy.
Now, you say there's a wait list. Now, can Catherine and I
Cut
cut
that.
the line?
We'll have to cut this out, but yeah.
Oh! Don't worry, we won't.
We would never.
Wink.
Yeah. We're just going to set up a meeting
Coming
with...
soon to a work site near you.
Oopsies.
Honestly, just show up in a hard hat and just stand there.
Pick up something.
Just act like you act like you're supposed to be there, no one's going to question you.
We're just going to set up a meeting with Drew on a weekly basis, and he's going to show up, and we're like, all right, so teach us how to, like, construct.
Just some off hours.
It's
work.
fine.
Yeah.
You don't mind, do you?
No.
He's got time.
Got free
Yeah.
time,
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll get that set up.
Yeah. Well, Drew, it's been so fun having you on and talking to you in a work setting. We typically chat
Outside of work.
like friends.
It's been really hard to be.
We did our best.
We did. I think
good.
we did our best.
I'm sure we did our best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Drew.
Of course, thanks for having me.
MCC Made with Emma Frazier and Catherine Henrichs. Produced by Emma Frazier. Production support by Herdat.
Got a question for us? Email mccmade@mccneb.edu, and your question may be answered on a future podcast.